This new Yellowstone series could replace the original as fans' favorite, and it's not the one you think. Yellowstone defied all the odds to become one of the biggest and most successful television franchises of all time. Developed by Taylor Sheridan, the 2018 series ran for 5 seasons, telling the story of the Dutton family as they fight to protect their ancestral ranch from enemies on all sides. Unfortunately, the show's run was cut shorter than expected due to the sudden departure of Kevin Costner, who played John Dutton III in the first 4.5 seasons. The ending may have felt rushed for some fans, but Yellowstone still managed to deliver a satisfying finale in the end. Anyone who didn't feel fulfilled with the ending of the flagship series need not worry. A legion of Yellowstone spin-offs is on the way. From prequels taking place in the mid-20th century to spin-offs following fan-favorite characters from the original series, the Yellowstone universe is expanding rapidly. However, without a central series, the jury is still out as to which of these upcoming spin-offs will settle in as fans' new favorite story. While there are plenty of great contenders, the best candidate for Yellowstone's best new show may surprise fans. The Madison could be Yellowstone's new flagship. Series of Madison is expanding the Yellowstone universe in ways that have never been explored before, and it could pay off for the franchise in a big way. The upcoming series stars Michelle Pfeiffer as Stacy Clyburn, the wealthy matriarch of the powerful McIntosh family, whose world is turned upside down when her husband is tragically killed. Looking to start anew, Stacy moved with her family to rural Montana, where they embark on a fresh set of adventures and face off against diabolical opponents. Set to premiere sometime in 2026, The Madison has every opportunity to be the Yellowstone franchise's next biggest series. It follows in the footsteps of successful spin-offs like 1883 and 1923 by casting a legendary legacy actor in the lead role and filling the rest of the cast with promising up-and-comers. Moreover, Taylor Sheridan will directly preside over The Madison as showrunner and head writer, as he did for every entry in the Yellowstone franchise so far. With a proven formula in Sheridan's creative hand, The Madison stands a good chance of quickly winning over Yellowstone fans. However, what will really work in favor of The Madison is a key way in which it breaks the Yellowstone franchise's norm. Thus far, every entry of Taylor Sheridan's television universe has centered around the problematic Dutton family. Whether following their adventures in centuries past or depicting their struggle to maintain their ancestral ranch in the modern day, Yellowstone has always been about the Duttons. The Madison marks the first installment of the franchise to move beyond the horizons of a single family and tell an entirely new story set in the same world. While this could just as easily work against the spin-off, Yellowstone fans are ready to see a brand new story in the neo-Western franchise. This much is plain to see from the success of Taylor Sheridan's other non-Yellowstone series, like Landman and Mayor Kingstown. Clearly, the selling point of Sheridan's shows is not the Dutton family, but rather Sheridan himself. If the prolific storyteller manages to craft a compelling narrative with lovable characters in The Madison, the spin-off will flourish above and beyond every other Yellowstone spin-off, unburdened by the weight of everything that came before it. What to expect from The Madison so far? The world still knows very little about The Madison. While the general premise of the show has been revealed to the public, the actual storyline therein remains a mystery. An even bigger mystery is how exactly it will connect to the larger Yellowstone universe. As it stands, The Madison is set to introduce an entirely new set of characters, with no recognizable faces from other Yellowstone series. However, given that the upcoming spin-off will take place in rural Montana, it is not outside the realm of possibility that certain Yellowstone characters will show up at some point. Characters like Rip Wheeler, Beth Dutton, Case Dutton, and even Thomas Rainwater are all still alive and active in different parts of Montana after the events of Yellowstone series finale, and could therefore pop up for a cameo in the first season of The Madison. The series could even document some of the fallout that came from Yellowstone's explosive final season, which saw the assassination of Montana's governor, the upheaval of a powerful dynasty, and the return of the Dutton family ranch to the Broken Rock Reservation. As the Clyburns move into the area, they, like the audience, may need to play catch-up on the drama and intrigue that has dominated this area of rural Montana for the last several years. The Madison also features a dynamic new cast filled with established stars and up-and-coming actors, all of whom have the potential to become new fan favorites. In addition to the Academy Award-nominated lead, The Madison will also feature Lost Matthew Fox and Patrick J. Adams, the star suits. The legendary film star Kurt Russell has also been cast in an undisclosed role. Russell may be playing Stace's late husband in flashback sequences, or could break his norm to play a villain in the show's first season. Also joining the Madison is a host of recognizable young stars like Amaya Miller, Bo Garrett, Ben Schnetzer, Kevin Zagos, and Rebecca Spence. With a cast as broad and talented as this, the Madison is already off to a strong start. What other Yellowstone spin-offs are on the way? The Madison is just one of several upcoming Yellowstone spin-off series that will continue the story of Taylor Sheridan's hit show following its conclusion. Also set to premiere in 2026 is Dutton Ranch, a series following the exploits of Rip Wheeler and Beth Dutton after the events of Yellowstone's series finale. Therein, Rip and Beth will establish a new ranch after the original Dutton property was returned to the Broken Rock Reservation. The series is expected to include some storylines that would have appeared in Yellowstone's cancelled sixth season. There are also plans for Sheridan to develop a spin-off centered around the Four Sixes Ranch in Fort Worth, Texas, which appears several times throughout Yellowstone. Titled 6666, this series is still in early development and may have a long road ahead of it before it finally premieres. Sheridan also plans to continue his trek through history in a follow-up to the hit prequel series 1923. 1944 will bridge the gap between 1923 and Yellowstone, following the last generation of Duttons before the birth of Kevin Costner's character. This presumably will end Yellowstone's long string of prequels. Before any of these shows premiere, fans can look forward to one Yellowstone spin-off in the near future. Why? Marshals follows Case Dutton as he takes up a position with the U.S. Marshals. The series will take a procedural format, a first for the Yellowstone franchise, as it primarily depicts Case's work as a federal agent. Like the Madison and Dutton Ranch, Why? Marshals will premiere sometime in 2026 as a first in this new set of Yellowstone sequels. Gil Birmingham, Missouri Brings Plenty, and Breckin Merrill are all confirmed to reprise their roles from the original series. Even after the original series ended, Yellowstone is still going strong. With a legion of new spin-off for fans to look forward to, the Madison is the most promising of them all.